8 years of Dead by Daylight. That's right, you heard it. We have just celebrated 8 years of Dead by Daylight through a legendary, iconic annual anniversary stream on Twitch and on YouTube. The devs have gathered around and they have showed us what their plans are for year 9, what they have in store for us. Teasers here, changes there, a little bit more in depth here, and I'm super excited to talk about it more with you guys. Let's get into it. First things first, Twitch drops are back, and if you want to get 1 player badge and 2 banners, you better make sure that you log into your behavior account, you connect that to Twitch, and you then watch streams that are streaming Dead by Daylight, any of them, and you claim your rewards. Make sure that you do that right until May 28th. After that, they're going to run out and you don't want to miss out on it. Next thing on the list has been a brand new game. This is something different, but it's still Dead by Daylight, just in another format. Okay, just hear me out. The new game is called What the Fog, and after the stream yesterday, there has been keys that you could collect if you logged into your behavior account, but they ran out. So instead, you're going to be able to find it on Steam for just 4.99 euros or dollars. It's very cheap, and I've heard from people that it's really fun. You just have to cooperate with your friends and run from the big bad guys in there and just have a great time. And make sure that you share your results on social media with everyone else. Starting on with Year 9 roadmap. First things first. The Chaos Shuffle modifier is going to be present on the 16th of May in Dead by Daylight. It's a modifier just like Lights Out was or My Little Oni. And this one basically is going to be random perks and random everything for everybody that's going to opt in for this modifier. Everything's going to be great. We have been asking for this forever. It's a long time overdue, and I'm super excited to see it in the game. We also know that Dungeons & Dragons is coming later this year. It's going to be the first DLC, the anniversary DLC that's dropping in Dead by Daylight, but I'm going to talk to you guys about that a little bit down the line, because they have just told us in the anniversary stream that they're working on 6 chapters all at the same time. Everything is in production, everything's being worked on and prepared for us. So that is super crazy. The first one out of those 6 is, of course, the D&D chapter, which, let me tell you, I'm obsessed about. I think the most anticipated moment of the night, actually no, I'm wrong. There's been 2 extra anticipated moments in the night, and that was the first one, drum rolls, the 2v8 mode. And yes, you heard it, there's a difference there. There is a modifier, which we've had Lights Out, My Little Oni, and the Chaos Shuffler, but this one is a mode. And I'm going to explain you guys now the difference between these. A modifier basically took a regular Dead by Daylight match and just added different elements to it. That's it. It was generally the same thing with a little twist. Now, a mode means a complete change of scenery, a complete change of how mechanics work, of how games are going, everything from maps to survivors to killers to powers to hooks, everything is different. The big thing about the 2v8 mode is that it's going to be focused on being a party mode. So everybody's going to have to understand it's only made for us to have fun with it, to just be crazy with it, and not really take it seriously. This mode is going to feature 5 bigger maps. The devs said that they chose 5 maps so they can create a bigger version of them than the ones that we would usually find in Dead by Daylight regular matches, so they can accommodate the amount of players on the map. There's going to be 10 players on the map, 2 killers and 8 survivors. So I'm still having a hard time computing all this because it's just insane. We've been asking for this forever, and I'm super excited. Now, there's only going to be 5 killers available to play during this mode, and that is going to be the first 5 original killers: Trapper, Wraith, Billy, Nurse, and Huntress. And there's going to also be the first 7 original survivors and Michaela available to play as survivors. There are going to be no perks involved. The hooks are going to have a similar mechanic to the one of Pyramid Head's cages, and survivors are going to be split into classes. We don't know more than this. I'm super excited, super stoked about this. And I think the only thing that I forgot to mention about this is that sometimes when one killer is using their power, the other killer, their teammate, is going to have a little bit of a bonus, something like a perk extra, like a buff, something like that. For example, if you're playing Wraith and Huntress, when the Wraith's going to go into Cloak, the Huntress is going to be undetectable for a little while there. But that's about it. Everything sounds awesome. I'm super excited about it. This should be launching around the time when the Scorching Barbecue event would launch. So this is going to happen instead of the Scorching Barbecue event, which usually would take place for about 2 weeks. Super excited. Next on the roadmap, we have gameplay improvements, and we're going to start with a new system they're going to implement, and that is going to be the challenge system. You guys have been asking for more things to do, more dailies, more challenges in the rifts, more. So that's exactly what they gave us. These challenges don't have to be selected like tomes. They're automatically going to get worked on and progress towards. You're just gonna have to play and have fun, and you're going to have blood points or extra currency. Super exciting stuff. These are going to be daily, weekly, and event challenges. There's going to be 3 major categories, so I cannot wait to see what they're going to do with this. I cannot wait. I can already see myself just surrounded by blood points. So excited. There's also going to be a new inbox system. This means that every single time you load up the match, there's not going to be any more of a pop-up on your screen to take up, space or to obstruct your vision. Like when news happen, you would get like a big pop-up on the screen which would tell you like everything that's happened. That's not going to be a thing anymore. It's going to be a little tiny thing somewhere on the screen, and it's going to probably have like a notification, visual aid, something like that. All in all, major win so far. Something a little bit and I personally cannot wait to learn more about is the devs mentioned the finisher Mori is going to finally make its way into our neck of the woods, into the fog. And before everybody panics and grabs their forks and torches, they did say that everything has been tested. It's been 2 years now since the first PTB with the base kit Mori. And they said that they worked a lot to improve the whole mechanic and to make it as fair and as smooth as possible. I cannot wait to see this into my games. It's always just like so... It's not always a great experience when you're the last survivor and the killer just refuses to pick you up, or they just BM you on purpose when you're the last one and you're down and you can't do anything. There's no other teammates to pick you up, no exponential, no unbreakable. So I cannot wait to see this. I think it's going to make us avoid a lot of unpleasant situations. But again, this is going to be probably featured in a July live stream. Just like the 2v8 situation is going to be presented in more depth there. Next thing, big thing, is the cross progression. Yes, you heard that right. Cross progression is coming to Dead by Daylight. It is here. Well, not now, but it's going to be late summer. What is here, and you need to get on top of it if you haven't already. Make sure that you have a behavior account. I'm going to leave the link down in the box there with my other links. So just to make sure that you're up to date and up to speed, make sure that you log in, create an account, a behavior account. So late summer, when cross progression is going to be here, you're going to be there with no problems, no questions asked, and say thank you. The big moment is here. We are going to talk about the D&D, the Dungeons and Dragons DLC. It is here. We've been teased, we know, and the killer is Vecna. I'm so excited. He looks absolutely marvelous. So far, he's everything that I imagined, everything that I wanted. His proper name in Dead by Daylight is going to be the Lich Wizard, and his power is based on a D&D spell book, necromancy, and blood magic. Those are the keywords that you're going to be using when you're talking about Vecna. His power is constructed of 4 spells, 4 magic spells that are all on cooldown, and you can use them randomly whenever you want. The first one is called Fly, and it's a mobility / vault. You know, it's, imagine a flying Chucky. You just can't end the flying in an attack. That's all. But it's super, super cool, especially when you see it as Survivor. It's just so scary and just, ooh, I love it. Flight of the Damned. This one damages survivors. It creates 5 skeletons that go into a cone towards wherever you launch them. And it can damage survivors if the skeletons collide with the survivor. Survivors can crouch and they're not going to be hit. Dispelling Sphere is spell number 3. And this one, it creates a magic orb that you send out into the game. And it only lasts for a couple of seconds, but whenever survivors are going to be captured by it, you get a killer instinct and you become invisible to survivors. And Mage Hand lifts or blocks pallet. This one I think can be so memey. I think is really, really cool. For me, it was like actually pretty... The first time I went against Vecna in the PTV, the Vecna that I went against actually used it to prevent me from using the pallet. It basically kind of like, oh, hold it, I got this. And yeah, it's a more flashy blood favor. That's what it is. And it looks super cool. Now let's talk a little bit about environment and what's going to happen when you go against Vecna in the trials. There are going to be 7 different chests scattered around the map, different from the ones that you are used to. In these, when interacting with these chests, you're going to have to roll a d20 for a magic item. It's a passive, and this can happen on top of you holding a flashlight or a toolbox or whatever you want. These magic items are attached specifically to Vecna's power. They give you some sort of like a counter or an aid, if you will. For example, whenever you're going to roll the dice, nat 1, it's not going to do anything. It's going to make you scream, but it's essentially not going to do anything. It's not going to be something crazy, whatever. But if you roll a nat 20, you can get one of the 2 golden artifacts, and that is the Hand of Vecna or the Eye of Vecna. So you can attune with each of these, and you have 1 use per each. The Eye of Vecna, when you're healthy, full health, if you fast exit a locker, you get stealth and haste. And the Hand of Vecna, when you're healthy, if you fast vault into a locker, you're going to be teleported in another locker on the map. It's really, really cool. Just keep in mind that both of these have 1 use per match. And come on, let's be honest. I didn't roll the entire PTB a nat 20, so I really don't think it's going to be an issue. Vecna's perks are here, and they're full of magic. The Weave Atonement. It affects depleted items and dropped or picked up items. Languid Touch exhausts the survivors who scarecrows. And Dark Arrogance allows for the killer to have faster vault, but you get longer stuns and longer blinds. You know, it's sort of like you vault faster, but you're also going to get stunned for a longer time. I don't know how much killers are going to enjoy that last perk, but anyway. Now, the survivor is called Estri Yazar, and she is an elf bard. I'm super excited about her. She looks stunning, and I've been rooting for a bard to be the survivor for this DLC, mostly because imagine Kate's cosmetic potential. Oh. Anyway, let's get into it. Miss Yazar has a cosmetic which acts just like Legion members do. And this cosmetic for her, it's a human male called Baymar Uraz. Oh my god, I think I'm like botching these names, but whatever. We're here to have a good time, not a long time, right? The survivor perks. Mirrored illusion. You can place an illusion for 120 seconds near a generator chest, generator totem, if you have finished at least 50% of gen progression. Bardic Inspiration. Roll a d20 and you get to increase your skill checks by 1, 2, or 3 depending on like how high the roll is. And Still Sight. Stand still for a gen, totem, or chest aura to be revealed to you. This chapter is also accompanied by a map, and this comes as a variation to Borgo. Borgo also received a rework, so instead of being super bright red, now it's got an eclipsed sun and it's super moody and just vibey and just very mysterious. And I love it. It's got blue hues and just it's exactly what you need. This new map is called The Forgotten Ruins, and it's got a brand new mechanic, and that is teleportation passages. Basically, there are passages scattered around the map that if you interact with them, they're going to like take you from one place to another. And both survivors and killers can use these. They have a really strong cooldown, so don't worry about them being abused. Next, for what lies ahead and Dead by Daylight, 2 brand new games have been announced, and one of them we already knew about and is highly anticipated by the community, that being The Casting of Frank Stone, which has been created by Supermassive. It's a game that's coming from the producers of Until Dawn or The Quarry, and I cannot wait to make a bunch of wrong choices and kill everybody or try to save everybody in those games. The developers have also said that there's plenty of Easter eggs planted here and there. Even in the teaser that they showed on stream, we saw a huntress mask lying on the ground, and I'm just super excited to see everything there is to be seen about this. Something new though has been announced, and that is Project T. If you ever dreamed about using a gun in the Entity world, this is going to be the game for you. You are trespassers trapped in the Entity, and you're fighting against this thrall, and you use absolutely everything you have on hand to try and get this bad boy down. And that is also including guns. And yeah, there's also an insider program at insiderprogram.behavior.com where you can join and you can help them create this game. Everything is going to be based on feedback from the community, so if you want to help out, go right there. I know this is a pretty long video, but we are almost there, and now is the most exciting, most immediate things that are here for us, and that is the preparation for the Masquerade this year. We have 3 weeks ahead before the anniversary events start, and we have already started strong with week number 1, which has already started after the PTB, after the stream has ended, where you have triple blood points as a reward. In week number 2, we're going to have triple refractments, and in week 3, we're going to have triple XP rewarded to us. We also have login rewards during this period. We have full recolors for Meg and Huntress cosmetics, and just by logging in, you're going to be rewarded some of these items. The Twisted Masquerade is here. So the host, the character behind it, has been revealed, and that is Trix. She is a non-playable character that's going to be popping here and there throughout all the trials, and just going to be laughing and just enjoying the party that she created, all happening on Campbell's Chapel's party. She's going to be flying around, talking. She'll be everywhere. The Bag of Tricks, though, means that as the match progresses, an ability is going to be played, a max 5 per match. These are going to be several things that are going to happen, like events during a game that Trix is going to be responsible for, but we're going to find out more super soon. Invitations this year, they're going to host new abilities like Stealth, and you don't need to escape the trial to earn a mask as Survivor, because we all know how tedious that was. Sometimes there were these instances and these killers and these people that would just do absolutely everything in their power to just not allow you to escape. So you earn rewards from the event currencies, and there have been announced 12 new masks as well, as you can see right here. One of them is Kate Denson, and I'm so excited. Everything looks absolutely marvelous. The developers have done a wonderful job on these again. And I guess the last things that really need to be talked about when it comes to the anniversary is the fact that Bill getting a full anniversary cosmetic alongside the Unknown. They have masquerade outfits. The Pig is also receiving an anniversary cosmetic. And Detective Tap is one of the lucky 6 survivors receiving a mask this year. To wrap it all up, we saved the best for last, just as they did in the stream for us, where they have just sprung on us the fact that Castlevania is going to be joining the roster of horror icons in Dead by Daylight. I'm super excited. There's only been the teaser shown, but finally we have a vampire in Dead by Daylight, or coming to Dead by Daylight. We're so excited. We're going to be learning more August 6th, so stay tuned until then. Right now, we're gonna have to wrap this up, but tell me in a comment down below, what was your absolute favorite announcement or part or moment, or even like the devs that talked, because we all know that you guys have preferences. In a comment down below, tell me absolutely everything you loved about this anniversary. And yeah, make sure that you like this video, hit the subscribe button, and I'll see you guys in my next one.